Alright guys, how's it going? So, as you can see, the time is 5 a.m. currently on my zone basically. But I was working all night on a project and I couldn't just stop in the middle. So I had to finish and I have finally accomplished something worth talking about. So, I've come up with an issue I had is I wanted the compass and I wanted the airspeed indicator and I wanted the altitude indicator on uh, on the on the screen while you're flying in a helicopter or a plane. So this one doesn't apply for planes, it applies only for helicopters and any helicopters. I'm going to show you in a second. Once we hop on the server, I can show you that. But basically, if you want that, I'm going to upload the resource. Yeah, I'm going to send the link, this link in the onto YouTube. So in here you have the GitHub link and it's going to take you, actually I have it open, but it's going to take you here and you're going to download the zip file and okay, just press OK. You can also clone that directly, but let's do that the old-fashioned way. And let's just close out of this one and let's get this. Alright, so once you extract this, I recommend just change the name to something like that maybe, and copy the name of that folder. It's basically ready to go, but I'm gonna show you some stuff if you wanna make it your own. So I have set up everything like I love it, very organized, but for the purpose of this we can just throw it outside. You can also find this link in the Discord under the developer links. I'll upload a bunch of resources over there. And yeah, let's just start the resource. Go to the server CFG and go to the scripts and we can start the resource and we can save that. And as of right now, the resource is active and it's going to work. The second let's just make sure. Alright, let's start the server. And as you can see, it is started. Alright, so we can now start in the FiveM application. And it's gonna take us a while to log in because, you know, FiveM. I mean, it still is funny that logging into FiveM is faster than logging to GTA 5. I found that very amusing, but I guess that's life. Oh, you load less resources, but it is funny. Alright, so we're gonna take our time loading in. I still didn't fix the typo on the CODRP by FiveM chill zone. I don't even know how to say that. I don't find that fixing that is what's gonna make a big difference. I mean, aesthetics is important, but first and most forward is the functionality. Alright, so our perfect spawn. We spawn here every time. It's my default spawn on the test server. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a vehicle. So if you look at the map, you're gonna see I got nothing on the screen. Sorry, you're gonna see I got nothing speed indicators. So if you're gonna take a car, we're gonna see nothing basically. We can see the MPH down below, but that's just because we have another resource active right now. That's for the fuel script. It wasn't made by me. I wish I could take credit for something like that. So once we get an heli, so it doesn't matter which one of them. It's gonna give us 3 parameters. It's gonna give us the airspeed, and I took the time to make sure that the speed on the MPH speed you're gonna get in most places is going to match the airspeed, because the airspeed and the MPH and like knots and MPH, it's kind of different. I think it was. Let me just actually make sure how much was that. MPH to knot. Yeah, so it was 1.151. So what I had to do, if you look in the resource, actually, I don't know better way of doing that. And so what I had to do is basically multiply the speed I got. So that's what I got, because the get entity speed. So that's the only way for me to find the speed. So I had to multiply it by 2.2369, and that's going to equal to, I just marked down for you. If you want, you can use that. And after that, you have to divide that to get the knots. So I don't know, it works. That's the actual airspeed. But as you can see, each and every one of them is gonna get that. If you spawn a plane, you're not gonna get that, because okay, nope, almost died right there. Because again, planes are not helicopters, and the script is specified just for helicopters. Alright, so we can close out of this one, and yeah, we can close out of this one. We don't need that anymore. Let's stop the server because we don't need that anymore. But one more important thing I wanted to go through. So if you go to the client.lua inside the Heli DNI, you're gonna see something like this. So you have on the functions on the start, you have the draw text, and then you have the parameters, and now that's what you can mess around with, and it's going to make your life so much fun, I guess. And first one is going to be the text font. So you can go from 0 to I believe 4 or 5. I recommend using either 0 or 2, because 1 looks kind of funky, and I didn't actually test the rest of them. One more thing you should mention: when you're using the font number 2, I think that's one of the defaults. Make sure you don't put the minus sign, because the minus sign has a different meanings on font 2. You can mess around with whatever you want to mess around with. You have the shadow, you have the scale. I recommend don't change the scale too much. And then you can change the color for the altitude, and if you don't want it to say it like the F, I just put F for the feet, but you can just delete that and it's going to be just fine. That you can delete. This is basically going to give you an indication of where you are on the screen, where this is the far right, I believe, or the should be the far top. Yeah, should be 0, 0 on the far top. So this one should be on the top, in the middle. So that's kind of an indication for you to use. Overall, it's pretty simple script. It's nothing too complicated. It took me a long time because I'm not the most professional one. But yeah, it should be something you can mess around with and play with, and you can learn a lot just from this very basic script.